Hello, and welcome to another update video on FET. The FET Fetch AI chart is currently working on a bit of a pullback, as it seems. Still here, the structure supports still the idea that we could be in a B-wave correction, in a B-wave pullback, with support between 43.3 cents and 66.2 cents. So from here, the price could move higher potentially in this C wave, and however, we don't have a definite low in place in this B wave. Yeah, I mean the support area is defined. But the problem is that we don't have. First of all, we haven't reached the support area, so I think there is still a case to be made for short-term lower prices potentially. Even though the structure might morph a little bit, but we'll talk about that on the smaller time frame. Overall, I mean, we have a 5-wave move up, and that supports the idea of higher prices in circle wave C to complete the A wave. So that's what I'm watching for. This could all be part of an unfolding 5th wave to the upside, which is bullish. It is important to understand that below 43.3 cents, the bullish thesis will seriously be challenged. Yeah, it will seriously be challenged because that's a break below the 78.6 retracement. But honestly, at the moment, the price hasn't even reached the support area. Can I give you a target already for Circle Wave C? No, I don't really want to do that because we don't have a low in place yet in Circle Wave B. But I do look at FET basically every couple of days here on YouTube, pretty much every day in our membership, and you will be informed, okay, because it will take some time to get there anyway. Overall, medium term then, if really a low formed in April, I'm talking about a meaningful low, then the next move up should take us to round about $6.20. That is the direct move up, yeah. Basically first to complete circle wave C of A, then a B wave pullback and a C wave rally that can take us to round about $6.20. That's the 100% extension, and that is an important target on the larger time frame. I'd say now let's take a look at the shorter time frame for FET. A lot of you have asked me for the micro patterns, what is going on. But honestly, micro pattern wise, there isn't too much to do. There isn't too much to say there. The idea is, we could be working on a C wave to the downside, circle wave C, and circle wave C might already have started. That is looking at the structure from the April low, obviously with a 5-wave move up, yeah, and then a 3-wave pullback. So 5 up, 3 down. That would look quite good. That is how Elliott waves typically behave. In this B wave pullback, then A, B, C. I'm not convinced that the B wave has actually topped, but here you see our support area we talked about, and we can get further confirmation that circle wave B here has actually formed the top as part of this B wave pullback when we get a break below 70.7 cents. Then we have a more definite price top to work with. I'm not convinced yet, as I said, that circle wave B is top. This might even turn into some kind of a triangle pattern because it looks a little bit as if we are forming higher lows and lower highs. So we need to be flexible there in the short term. It's basically just ranging, so nothing too exciting happening, and I will be able to give you a more reliable projection for the move to the downside once we have a more established price top to work with. What could happen, for example, is that here this B wave morphs a little bit and we move a little bit higher, maybe in a more complex correction. Don't be surprised by it. Resistance areas can be tested multiple times. Doesn't mean we break out, even though another high is possible before this B wave starts. It's just a pattern that hasn't really done anything exciting for the last month or so. But it's important to be aware of this level at 70.7 cents. That is basically a short-term breakdown point. And to the upside, yeah, we've got the 83.6 cent level there to watch as, you could say, just an upper range boundary, the last 2 swing highs. But if we break above, it might simply be an extension of the B wave. So we have to be flexible. I don't see any reliable setup unless you are really a range trader, but then you would need another methodology than Elliott wave. For Elliott wave, we have a trend which is up, and we're now looking at the pullback. The pullback is not as deep as it would normally be, typically. So I think there is a little bit more to come. That's the update on FET. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.